What's poppin'? It's your girl, Jazzy J. How y'all doing today? Welcome to my channel. If you're new around here, welcome. If not, what is up, buttercup? Today is Sunday, and for those who don't know, it is my lovely little segment, Manga in a Makeover, where I talk about webcomics while putting my makeup on. Today I have decided that I'm going to go ahead and do my makeup because last week I didn't do my makeup, although for those that you don't know, I am a beginner in makeup, so please do not judge me too harshly if you see a style that you do not particularly care for, and if you have any tips or tricks for me to improve my makeup, go ahead and drop that down in the comments section below. For the last 2 weekends, we have been talking about the webcomic, The Beau and the Beast, and it's just season 1 still, and I finally finished writing down all my notes for all of season 1, so we're good. There's no reason as to why I shouldn't be active every single weekend because it's all written down. It's all good now. But last weekend, if I remember correctly, I had finished up at the part where the second princess, Alexa, and her uncle, Count Ergen, were in a meeting. They were just kind of talking about Alexa rising to power and the House of Ergen getting their power and their status back because it was taken away from them. So that's where we are in the story. We're gonna take off from there, but if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on the bell notifications so that you know when I post another video. All these things will definitely help a sister out. Yeah, go ahead and share this video. I am also active on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, I have a Snapchat, but I don't really use it. And I'm _ Jazzy J on everything. So go ahead and give those a follow as well, okay? But until then, let's go ahead and get into this video. So Count Ergen and Alexa go ahead and finish up their conversation with the intention of preparing for the Aphelion Delegation, which is basically like a meeting between multiple countries. Yeah, multiple countries, multiple kingdoms, including the Philippe Kingdom, which is where they all reside. And then they talk about, I don't know what specifically what they talk about, but it's probably like treaties and tolls and making sure that everything is running smoothly between all the countries. Now, of course, as this happens, our female lead, Alexa, realizes that this is like a crap ton of responsibility just like dropped onto her shoulder at one time. Like, now you have to worry about not only yourself and your man, but you also have to worry about your family. Your actual family, because, you know, uncle and cousin and whatnot. And she gets understandably stressed out, like visibly stressed out. She doesn't know what she's doing. So she goes outside to the garden, because I'm pretty sure they're still in, like, at her palace or whatever. And she sits down under the tree and she starts crying. She's like, oh my god, I'm stressed. I don't know what I'm doing. Because you have to remember, like, it's not like she grew up a princess, she was reincarnated. And at that time, Vel comes along and he's like, hey, is everything okay? Like, are you good? What's going on? And she's like, no, I'm not good, but I don't want to talk about it. She just wants reassurance to say, hey, I'm doing the right thing. And Vel's like, alright, you're doing the right thing. I believe in you. I'm like, oh boy, what a man's way to answer exactly how she wants it. She spends a lot of time crying because she really just is unsure of everything at the moment, which, again, I understand. She falls asleep. They're there for like a few hours, and she falls asleep in his arms, just, you know, crying her eyes out because she's stressed and unsure. And Vel carries her back to her palace so that she can go to sleep because he's like, yeah, it's late, you need to go out. we need to go back to bed, essentially. And he lets her maid know, like, hey, she's tired, what happened? And the maid lets her know, like, there was only a thing that, from my understanding, that she talked to her uncle, and after that, she was stressed out, and, you know, the whole 9 yards, and that's when you met up with her, and the rest is history type of thing. So he's like, all right, cool. I don't know if he needs to be wary of Ergen. I don't think so, but, you know, it's a woman that he likes. Even if it's family, he's not gonna appreciate people making her cry. So he goes outside. It's nighttime now. He's walking out. And next thing you know, he says, come out now. Don't make me ask twice. And I'm like, who are you telling to come out? It's the middle of the night. You're standing in a garden. There's no one else there. And then next thing you know, like, this magic circle opens up in the middle of the air. And out walks this person. And we quickly learn that this person's name is Abraxas. At least I think that's how I'm spelling it right. It's Abraxas. Abraxas. I'm just gonna call him Ab. So Ab comes out. And it turns out that Ab is Vel's older brother. Now the difference between them is Ab is a full-fledged demon and Vel is a half demon. I'm like, okay, sounds good to me, I guess. And of course, being brothers, they're on bad terms. I don't know why, but they're on bad terms. They both share the same father. Their mothers are different. Of course, Vel's mother was human. Ab's mother was not human. I'm sure you getting that idea. So they're half siblings, technically speaking. And I don't know specifically if this is the main reason as to why Vel doesn't like Ab, but Ab killed their father. I don't know if that's the main reason why they don't like each other, but just know that Ab killed their father. Not that it's ever brought up again, but that's what happens. But essentially, Vel's mother was turned into a demon after she gave birth to Vel. I have no idea what happened to the woman. It's possible that she died as well. Who knows? But she turned into a demon after being human. And the reason why that's important is because Ab understands that Vel very much likes Alexa, and Alexa is a human. However, Alexa also has demonic energy inside of her, and Ab said, I think it'd be funny to see Alexa turn into a demon. She'd be a far better demon than you are going to be. And of course, this pisses Vel off, and they get into a tussle. Vel gets beaten up because Ab is technically stronger than him in terms of like demonic energy wise, but then Vel whips out some magic. Is that what they call it? Yeah, he whips out some magic with some mana and beats the crap out of Ab. Instead, he ends up winning. But while this was going down and they were fighting, they're still arguing. So it turns out Vel got into being royalty because he said that he was kin of the current king. Turns out he's not related to the king or any royalty of any sort. Like, he's only royalty. Oh, that's right. His father is actually the king of the demon world. So he's a prince of the demon world. He has no relations to the people in the human world. Vel pretended to be related to them. For what reason? They didn't say. And then afterwards, Ab is like, you know what? I'm gonna take Alexa for myself because I want her. You don't deserve her. That's when he gets pissed off and like they start tussling. After Vel beats the crap out of Ab is confused because he's like, first of all, using magic with mana is a direct contradiction with who they are as beings, as demons. And Vel is like, well, I'm not only just demon, I'm half human as well. So that means I can use these powers. Vel ends up leaving their whole kerfuffle, saying, if you try to take Alexa, I'm gonna end your life. I really don't care if you're my older brother and technically heir to the throne. If you're not already king, I will end your life. And that's gonna be that. Until he walks off. Fast forward a bit, and we see that Alexa is currently taking etiquette classes. She's taking classes all in all to become a better royal and a more educated person in high class society. So she ends up taking etiquette classes with Ergen and her an instructor, Cece or Ceci, Hikuchi. I don't actually know because I'm pretty sure he's French and his name does not sound French in the least. So I'm not actually sure, but we're gonna call him CC. It doesn't matter all too much because it's not like he's brought up. All you have to know is like he's been in a structure for about 20 years. And Alexa is like struggling. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Help me, please. And she's just so tired trying to use a fan correctly and, you know, trying to be high class society. After that, she goes to her second class, which is a history class. And that instructor's name is Akimel Lloyd, who also happens to be Kai's, if you remember, her cousin. Oh my gosh, my phone. Kai's history teacher as well. And he seems to be an absolute stickler because he timed how long it took her to get from class 1 to class 2. And he's like, you are 30 minutes slower than you should be. She's like, I stopped for a glass of water. 30 seconds slower than you should have been. She's like, I stopped for a glass of water. I'm sorry if I got thirsty. So she finishes up her classes for the day. There's only 2. It's not like it was a lot. And she heads back to like a sitting room, I think it is. And in the sitting room is Kai. And it's not like he's particularly waiting for her. He's just kind of like chilling in there, and she happens to walk in to rest and relax. And of course, they get into a spat and they're arguing. And Kai is being real disrespectful. Like, he's going full force on Alexa, like this poor woman. And so she picks him up by the collar and like throws him to the floor, and she's like, you will be respectful to me. Even if you don't like me, you still have to acknowledge that I am the princess. The second princess, but still a princess nonetheless, of this country that you live in and you do not have power in at the moment. You are not going to continue to be disrespectful to me. And in walks the uncle, and the uncle's like, are you guys still arguing? Is that still happening? Is this what we're doing now? We just argue? Yes? Okay. Cool. Take a seat. You got some things to talk about. And he eventually stops them, you know, from arguing and Alexa physically beating the crap out of Kai. And he's like, all right. Oh, no, just kidding. Count Ergen is like, Alexa, you summoned me here. Go ahead and tell me why you summoned me and what exactly is going on. So that's when she gives them, I don't know if you guys remember from part 1, I think it was, there was that monster satchel that was put onto Vel's saddle. She brought it out to them, and she's like, do you remember what happened at the hunting event? And they're like, yes, of course, a lot of the royals ran away and yada yada yada. And she's like, all of those monsters showed up because of this tiny little satchel here. It's like a monster pheromone satchel, so a whole bunch of monsters came running to the scent, most likely to mate of some sort, so probably a lot of male monsters, and they ended up attacking everyone because they were following the scent that Vel was leaving. they're like, okay, so do you need us to find out who exactly it was that made the satchel? And she's like, no, I don't need you to find who made it, because we already figured that out. I need you to find who bought it. That's what's important, because the person who bought it is the one that put it onto Vel's satchel. And they're like, all right, cool, we can do that. And then she said, I also have a second request for you guys as well. When you go out there to figure out who bought it, you guys probably don't remember, but there was a bunch of monster leather that was left at the site. Can you go back and grab that monster leather? Because it turns out monster leather is the strongest thing known to man at the time being. I want you to turn that into high spec armor for our soldiers. Whew. Wow, for our soldiers. And he's like, all right, cool. So what's the deal? And Alexa's like, all right, I like you guys. So how about we go 60-40? Yeah. So he's like, let's go 60-40. And Count Ergen's like, all right, I'll do you one better. Let's go 80-20, and you get 80 and we will get 20. However, I will have sole selling rights for this armor. And she's like, say less. Well, she did originally ask, like, well, why do you want to accept more? He's like, this stuff is already rare as is. It's going to go for a pretty penny anyway, so us making that extra 20, that 20% is gonna like boost sales immensely. So you're gonna get the bulk of it, but I'm gonna be the only one that can sell it. So all the profit's gonna come to me anyway. And she's like, all right, that's fine by me, I don't care. And so they go ahead and agree with that. Before they end their little conversation, Count Ergen is like, so what exactly is going on between you and Vel? Like, where are you guys in your relationship? Do you like him? Does he like you? What is happening? And she's like, well, I mean, yes, of course I like him. And he's like, no. Do you like him? Do you like him? Do you like him as a man? And she's like, I don't know. I don't actually know. Yes, I like him, but I don't know what our relationship is. I don't know where we're at right now, you know? And he's like, okay, just a quick little word of advice for you here. I'm not saying that I don't like him. I'm not saying that at all. I very much like Vel, and I very much respect him. However, I just want you to be careful, because I don't want you to be ostracized because you like him. Again, I think he's a great man, he's a great guy, he has a lot going for him, but I'm saying this because I want you to be careful. And she's like, I understand it and I appreciate it a lot, but you have to understand as well that Vel and I are a lot closer than what you would think. We have a lot more in common, and not only that, I have the people around me that really matter. They're here. It's you, it's Vel. I may spat with him a lot, but you know, Kai is here technically. I have some people of maids, like, I'm good. I have the people that I care about, so you don't have to worry about me. He's like, okay, I'm just letting you know, I just want you to be careful. I don't want you to end up like your mother. You both had amazing lives ahead of you, and unfortunately, her life was cut short. So I don't want that to happen to you. And I was like, they're so sweet. They're so sweet. Oh, I wish. I wish. And she's like, thank you. I appreciate it. I will take your words to mind. And she heads outside because they're finished with the meeting. She runs into Vel. It's not like it's on purpose or anything. She just happens to run into him. And they decide to go out into the garden and take a walk. And they're having their nice little time. They're taking their walk and looking out the flowers, which Alexa absolutely loves flowers. That might be something from her past lifetime. I don't know. But she looks at Vel and she asks him, like, what are we? Which I think is a fair question. I mean, I don't know if you should ask a question like that exactly like that, I guess, if it's like that. I think I mean, personally, if it were me, I would just say something like, are we dating? Are we lovers? Are we boyfriend and girlfriend? You know, something a little bit more concrete of a question rather than what are we? Because a lot of times it's going to end up being, I don't know. I like you, but I don't know. Like, nah, I need to know for actually a couple, actually a thing, you know. And of course, Vel did that exact thing. He was like, I don't know. I don't know. And, well, actually, he didn't say that right away. He was just kind of quiet at the beginning because he really didn't have an answer. And Alexa was like, are we lovers? Like, do we have a relationship, a romantic relationship? And he was quiet. That was the part that really bothered her, is because he was quiet. He didn't actually answer. And she was like, was I the only one that thought, oh no. Was I the only one that thought we had, like, a romantic relationship? And again, silence. This man is just quiet. Like, normally he likes to talk. He loves talking to her. But now, he's just quiet. And me as a reader, I'm like, oof. Oh boy. That is not a good sign. So he's just really quiet. And she's like, I can't believe this. I really thought that we had something special. But you are sitting here and you're not answering my question of what are we? So, of course, she starts to spiral into despair. She was trying to figure out, you know, what exactly, what am I looking at here? What is happening? You know, what am I supposed to? She's like, you know what? That's okay. Don't say anything. I'm sorry if I bothered you. I'm sorry if I wasted your time. I didn't realize that you didn't think of me that way and that it was a one-sided relationship. So I will go ahead and leave you alone now. And Vel is like, no, wait, don't leave. You know, I don't want you to go anywhere. And she's like, okay, but like, I'm not here to get my feelings messed around with. I'm not here to get hurt. That's not what I'm trying to do. So, unless you have something different to tell me, you know, I'm gonna try to give you a chance. Like, unless you have something different to say, we might as well just call it quits, because I'm not for one-sided relationships, okay? It's just not, it's not a thing that I'm gonna do. And again, she starts walking off. Vel chases after her and is like, no, please don't go, you know, I really want to give you a chance, or please give me a chance. And she's like giving him the cold shoulder. She's like, no, I'm good. You have to tell me that you want to be with me. He's like, I do. I'm afraid. I don't know what our relationship is right now. I don't know if it's okay. She's like, I don't know if that's okay. I'm sorry. He said, okay. I don't know what we are. I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt you or anything, but like, I just don't know what we are, what we're doing. I don't know. And she's like, you know what? Figure it out on your own. I don't have time. I do not have the time. Okay, it was nice. What we had was nice. Goodbye now. And she leaves. I'm gonna stop it there for today because, as I stated in my last video last weekend, I don't want these videos to be too long. Yeah, I don't want them to be too long. So we're trying to keep it under 30 minutes. But again, if you like this video, go ahead and like this video, give me a thumbs up. So hit the subscribe button, turn your bell notifications on so you know when I post another video. All of that's gonna definitely help a girl out. Go ahead and drop down your comments and thoughts on the story so far down in the comments section down below. And next weekend, I'm probably not going to be doing another story. I mean, I have the rest of it planned out, but I'm going to be doing a bit of a different topic with some friends of mine who you guys have seen before. It was Jordan and Tyler. I'll be doing another collab with them. So I hope you guys are excited for that one because it deals with mental health. But until then, I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye!